Now, in this video, we're exploring a different tool right here. My previous videos of AI reviewing had a different tool, but this one is outstanding. And let me tell you exactly why. It's because they have a specific tool called workflow. And I find that workflow, and you can see it here on the right here, what it actually does. But I'll give you a good explanation. It allows you to create more than one projects on a single screen. As simple as that. So this is ImagineART. And ImagineART is another Gen AI, generates images and videos. It uses all those other popular tools like Sora, Kling 2.6, use so many different other tools, and also uses tools like Nano Banana and so on. Now, if you don't want to use workflow and just create a simple idea, you can just simply click on image here and you can see all the different things you can do and all the models you can use like Flux, but my most popular one is Nano Banana Pro. And you can see clearly here you can do so many different things like upscale, so many different other things. Now, if you want to go do a video project, you can use stuff like you can use Sedans, my most popular one, like I'll always say my most popular one. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's you won't see it here, but it's generally Sora 2. Now, in other words, if I want to create multiple projects at once, so let's say I want to create a minute-long animation, and I don't want to be having too many browser tabs opened up. Let's open that a bit full screen. Yeah. I don't want to have too many tabs open up to run multiple projects. Generally, what I can do is simply just use workflow right here. So I'm going to click on workflow. I'll show you exactly. So this video is all about the workflow. I'm going to review workflow and why I've been using ImagineART for quite a little time. And the way I see that it's actually going with me, it's actually really acceptable. I really like it. I've created another video. I created another YouTube channel just to post shorts on YouTube, shorts I've created using workflow or on a whole ImagineART, and I find it's doing quite well. In the 10-minute range, I've gotten more than double figure views, so it's really good. So here on workflow, I'm going to click create new workflow, but prior to that, you can see below here your previous workflows. I have previous workflows, and I'd rather click on discover to show you a good idea. So here you can see some good examples of some projects that were created on the website on ImagineART by workflow. You can clearly see, look at all those stuff here, and all those previews here are made using the workflow. Okay, you can clearly see that there are so many different scenes, and what happens at the different scenes, they just attach together, and it looks like that. Even the last one that looks like an anime battle or whatever. Here you can see templates that you can use, and you can simply edit those templates. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go create my own workflow. So here, I'm going to click on create new workflow. And yeah, that's open like a freaking app. Now, if your mind is kind of way foggy at the moment, you can simply just click on here and get prompt ideas. But generally, my mind isn't always foggy, so that's just a you problem, not me. But here you can also animate images, edit images, and merge styles. So if you have more than one output, as in videos or images, you can also merge the styles and create something great out of it. Here you have just search and all this kind of stuff. But here, on this plus button, this is a button to allow you to choose different nodes. Now, nodes are basically the inputs and the outputs to your project. With a video right here allows you to output a video, and we're going to get to that. So you're going to start the most simple one first. This one here is a prompt, text prompt. What a prompt allows you to do is enter a text which will then be used as a reference. Now, a reference generally links to another node and it uses that reference for more details. Here I'm going to type in a prompt. So my prompt here is a realistic cat in a kitchen doing, I put, funny human-like things. And this one here below here, I have a prompt that I had in my clipboard. A man being chased on a moving train's roof by three middle-aged men dressed casually. He reaches the end of the train and turns around. One of the men walked up and grabbed him by the collar and roughly declared, "Admit it, Xbox is better than PlayStation." So I'll show you why I added two different prompts here. This one here, prompt one, will be my first detail for my first video, and this one will be my detail for my second video. And this one I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to add it. Let me see if I can make this one smaller. So below here on the bottom right, you can actually click on zoom to fit, and I will do that. So I'm going to shift that one down a bit, that one here, and I click on zoom to fit. So exactly that. I'm really content with that. I'm still going to allow it to get a bit more space, so I do zoom to fit. Now, with those three prompts, I'll be making three different outputs, and I'll tell you why I have three prompts. The first prompt will be using a referenced image. The second prompt will not be using a reference image. The third prompt will not be using a reference image. But since the third prompt will not be using a reference image, let's make it different. The first prompt will be using a reference image. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll click on upload. I'm going to upload a video, sorry, a picture of a cat. And it's going to go all the way up here. So I'm going to zoom out a bit. I'm going to zoom out a bit more. Okay, cool. So this picture of a cat will be used as my reference image connected to my reference text. Now, you see these little circles on the right here. You cannot connect a blue circle to a yellow. And you should only connect to the closest part of a different node. So example, I'm going to add my video outputs right here. So I'm going to click on video. And with video, you can click on different attributes right here. So my model for my video, I'll be using Sora 2. So here's Sora 2 Pro. I'll be outputting out for like YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and so on. So it's going to be 9:16. And I'm going to be having it for 8 seconds. As a matter of fact, I have it for 12 seconds. So 12-second videos at 720p using the Sora 2 model and the aspect ratio of 9:16. So this one's going to go here like that. This one's going to duplicate. And I'm going to put it down here. This one's going to also duplicate. And I'm going to scroll down and put it down here. Now to move left and right, you can simply hold down your space button, and while holding it down, you'll see this little hand on the screen, and then you can use your mouse and shift left to right. So we have three outputs here. I'm going to click on here to zoom to fit. Now we all know what our outputs have in it and all our inputs. So let's not be too concerned about this being too small. So this is my reference image right here. And I think it's a little bit too small to be honest. It is a bit too small. So I put this one all the way here. This one will be for video 2, and this one up here will be for video 3. And I think that should be better. So you may not see the text, but you already know what's in it. So using a reference image, I can connect this reference text to my video prompt. So what's going to happen is that when I click on the run button right here, when I click on this run button, it will use this reference text and create a video for me. But I need to also add my reference image so you can have an idea of what I want it to actually look like. So I want the video to have these two cats being the realistic cats that it's speaking about. So you're gonna have this ball cat and this fluffy cat. And then generally that's it. You cannot you cannot link a blue to a yellow like I said before. You cannot do it. And you cannot link a text to an import. So you can import a video for reference, or you can also import images for references. So the first one, this cat will be the characters right here. So the two realistic cats, I click on here, the two realistic cats in a kitchen doing human-like things, funny human-like things. So let's conclude that right here. The first prompt will be using this text as the description of the video. I'll be using this image as the two characters, the two realistic cats that I wanted to have. Now I'm going to click on run. So while it runs, I'm going to move to the other one. This one, on the other hand, it states the same thing, as well as just copy it and paste. But to make it a little bit more entertaining, I'm going to add more details to it by adding the AI Copilot. Now, AI Copilot uses a text input and it allows you to get more details and more descriptive plotting settings and more characteristics about what you prompt. So those inputs that I added right here, that input I added right here, you can connect to AI Copilot, and then you will clearly see that it's now linked below here and added the text immediately down here. And when I click on this here, it will now give me more details, and actually it's randomly more details about the input I just added right here. So it added those from my prompt. It made a whole setting, it plotted a whole video for me, and then I'm going to add this right here. Now with AI Copilot, like I said, it just creates randomly more details about what you prompt, what you want your video to be, from your short amount of lines to many sentences to have a more realistic idea, and then you can edit it if you feel like. They are simple as that. Though you can also use this here, I can click on this file and link it to here like that, and I will. So I do not need it to generate a random character for me or the two random cats, but I'm going to have it do that so I can use those two cats as my character just as that video. So look at how I connected this input by this input. But if I don't want to do that, I can simply click on this yellow circle here and this yellow circle here while it is connected, and it removes the link for me. It's as simple as that. So to remove this link, I click on this blue circle here and I click on this blue circle here and it removes the link. So I want my link, and then I'm going to run this video. So prompt number 2 here, what it does is it takes in my prompt, it takes in my input, it adds more detail, and I'm going to output it as a video. So I'm going to run. Now in this right here, I'm going to create videos only, and I'm not going to generate any images, but it's also good to generate images in case you want to have something like a thumbnail and have an idea of how exactly your characters or your scene will look like. It's not only about characters, it's also about scenes. So you can do so many different things like superpowers, um, special effects. You've seen it in the early area of the video. So that's actually the good thing about it. You can do so many different things. So here is prompt number 3. And prompt number 3, we've read it earlier, and I'm going to create a video with it. So I'm going to put this all the way here. I'm going to also add an image. This image will be aspect ratio 9:16. I'm going to use Nano Banana, which is my favorite. I'm going to use a 1K resolution to speed up the prompt. And I'm going to link this prompt to here to give me, this will actually give me different scenes though, because it has more than one sentences. So it doesn't actually explain or describe one characteristic or one actual scene, but it describes the man running. It also describes so many different verbs like him stopping at the end of the train and a man grabbing a shirt. So I might just get a grid of 4 different images, but I'm still just going to generate it anyways. And then I'm going to output that image as a video, and I'm going to use this text or description as my prompt. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use this as a video, so I'm going to move it. Because if it generates more than 4 images in that single frame right here, then therefore what's going to happen is that it might just create like 4 images, so 4 videos in my single frame right here. I don't want that. I want the best video right now. Then I'm going to click on run. I'm going to click on run here so I can run my image. Let's just wait for this to actually finish. Okay, so I am back, and in the background I did a few little changes. Like this one here, I can't remember. But anyways, so below here I added a different prompt and I generated 2 videos. It's actually 2 videos for that prompt right here. And this one, I use the 16:9 aspect ratio and I use Kling 2.6. I actually wanted to use Helio 2.3 Pro, but then again, it was giving me some errors. So then I just use this one. So let's start at the beginning. So this prompt right here, I'll be reiterating this, and this prompt right here that we had initially, I remember the changes now. Because of the search for the upload that I added, the image of the ball cat and the furry cat, it was more like a copyright issue. So then I got a different image instead that actually worked. And I generated 2 videos out of it. So when you have errors with your output or your video or images, using your reference image that you actually have, if it's not your content, therefore it can actually alter the output by giving you an error. So this one right here, I'm gonna play it. Just a pinch. Precision is key, even when you don't have whispers. Don't give me that look. I know what I'm doing. Syrup cascade protect. Generally, I don't like it because it doesn't have any movement, any life. So I generated a different one. This one plays like this.
Keep stirring, Chef Whiskers. We want it fluffy.
Fluff is my brand. Watch and learn.
Egg incoming. Uh-oh, little shell. Oops.
That's crunch.
Kidding. I'll get it. Splash of milk. Sorry about that.
It's washable. High five.
Keep stirring, Chef Whiskers. We want it fluffy.
I'm content with that, though the mouth isn't moving, but I'm still content with it. It looks really realistic and it looks exactly like the reference image. Now, prompt number 2, it uses AI Copilot, and AI Copilot alters the same text that I used in prompt 1. So it enters that text here, it alters it, and I have it to generate a video without any reference image, and it plays like this. It's not the most realistic, but it's more like the content you usually see often, and it's okay. It doesn't really have any voiceovers, so that's also okay. So you have images, you have videos where it's just image slides with voiceovers. You have animated images, and you also have images where, well, videos that actually look more cartoonish, not 100% realistic. So you have all those details, and it can only work like that when you actually alter your prompts from here, or mainly here since I'm using AI Copilot, which is the second stage or the middleman to the video, and I could alter it to make it be like more realistic. The third prompt, I generated an image firstly, and here you can see that image, it looks way different than this video here. You can clearly see that those guys, they have brownish pants and no one here has brownish pants. Now, if I wanted those exact characters right here, I could simply just use this image here and reference it to it like that. But I did not, because I did not want it. I thought it probably create a grid because of all the different scenes there, but it didn't. And I actually just generated 2 videos out of it, and we're going to play it right here.
Admit it, Xbox is better than PlayStation. I won't say it.
This is video number 1, and video number 2, we're going to also play it.
Admit it! What? Xbox is better than PlayStation!
And I find I'm very content with it. That can make a really good debate and a really good intro to a debate. And the third one I added in the background was a prompt saying, we'll zoom in a bit. I have a cinematic white horse runs and is jumping over a wide canyon. The surface is filled with dark clouds. And probably that's why I didn't have dark clouds, because I probably spelled clouds wrong. But anyways, it doesn't matter anymore because clearly did not generate dark clouds. The sky is dark and purple with bright lightning, and the atmosphere looks like sunset. Clearly looks like sunset. There's bright lightning, you will see it soon, and the sky is purplish. So that's really great, and let's play it. I generated this video with a 16:9 aspect ratio, and I couldn't choose resolution because this video I used Kling 2.6. So clearly you can see the horse jumping over the canyon. I would rather the canyon you would not see the bottom, you could at least see the dark clouds. But then because of the typo, I did not have that detail added. So this video number 1 and video number 2, it looks almost like the same thing. There's actually a lot of dramatic sound effects to it for horse. But anyways, that's it for this video, and I hope you do enjoy. So the way it actually works, I'll take zoom to fit. So you see here I have different prompts, and all these different prompts actually have a output. These outputs, I can actually join them together if needs be by creating so many different scenes for my content, and that's generally how it works. So you can actually have it in the form of tables and zoom out and zoom in when necessary, and you can clearly see how each of them are linked, and that's generally it. So you can create videos with so many different models. You can use your duration and your resolution, your aspect ratios, and so on. And that's as good as it gets. So on this one simple display, I can create so many different videos or images at once, and simply just have them run on one simple page, and then create more by scrolling down and adding more. And it's as simple as that, and I'm very content with it. Just that when you're creating your prompt, just like all other AIs, to avoid wastage of your resources, your time, and your credits, the way it actually works is that add the most details as possible. if you want it to be realistic, if you want to be a cartoon, if you want to have a different atmosphere, a different setting, just do it like that. It's going to be quite efficient for you. That's it for this video. So below here, you can clearly see, that's one more thing I'm going to add. You can clearly see all your runs, you can clearly see all your errors, and you can jump to that node where the error actually had, where you actually had an error. So the error I had in this one before was because I was using a different model, and that model was, I think I tell you, Helio, and due to no resolution was selected, I don't know why, it actually gave me an error. But then again, I actually just changed it to Cling 2.6, and I find it just worked better for me. So you can create more than one output by pressing the run button multiple times, and it's as simple as that. You can get the one that you actually want, and you can use that actual video that you content with and use it as a reference video or reference image to create more different scenes. And as generally, that is how you make your series. This is how you make all your content, and then just post it to your shorts or your TikTok, and you're good to go. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.